I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids.
I think she on the spectrum. You know, Papoose still married, right? He ain't got no money to divorce his wife. He ain't got no money to give his wife in the divorce. Okay, he got Claressa's money. Remember, Remy Ma came out and told it all. So I've been asking him to get out of my house. So he moved in with Claressa, driving Claressa cars. Claressa is out here doing interviews saying her and Papoose are about to have a baby next year. I said, how you gonna have a baby? He's already married.
And he's still married.
Decides to rekindle things with his wife. People don't be understanding how deep relationships go. I know personally, my mama and daddy were married for 20 years and refused to divorce. And you know why? They used to cuss each other out and then sneak off to the back room every time we had family get-togethers and come out fighting again.
All right, y'all. We are not just going to talk about Claressa and Papoose, but we're going to talk about, should men, or does it make sense for men of all ages or any age to date when we are broke? And we're also going to talk about the movie from Tyler Perry. I forgot the name of it. What is the little stupid movie from Tyler Perry where the dude had the battery? We're going to talk about that also. I got a guest coming on. She'll be in a minute. But what is the movie with the dude with the battery and he was broke and he had to do all this other stuff? But we're going to talk about that also, because when I posted this in my stories, I had a lot of men look at me, well, DM me and say, what's wrong with dating a woman when you broke? Well, isn't that the same thing a lot of men talk about with women? Why do women, do the things? Yeah. What? Acrimony? What is it? What is the word? I mean, what is the name? Acrimony? What? Somebody just said it in the chat and it's wrong. Acrimony. Okay, gotcha. Acrimony. So drop your city in the chat. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at.
When you spend energy, put energy into somebody, whether it's negative or positive energy, there's a connection. And then there's a relief. Papoose loved that woman. That's why he let her cheat in peace. That's why he let Remy cheat in peace.
Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. I'll say it again. Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with. And that's like no faking. I haven't paid for a flight, a hotel, a fucking purse, nothing. And I don't know how long.
Okay, that's a lie, but it's okay. She's trying to defend her man, and it's okay. So there's an issue in the Black community, in my opinion, about Black men. What's up, Tanya? I ain't seen you in a minute, Tanya. What's up, October 3074? Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Where you have thousands of men, talking about how women aren't submissive, how women aren't doing this, how women don't want to listen. But when you sit back and just pay attention to the actual men, and this isn't bashing men, this is just what the conversation is about. Does it make sense for you to date while you are broke? And a lot of men aren't necessarily in financial positions to take care of, let's say, to start a family, right? Because we don't start dating you and start taking care of you, right? We're just taking you out to eat, doing little things like that. But we're not trying to take care of you when we first meet you. But are you worthy of me taking care of you? But on the other end is, am I worthy of taking care of you? So it's your worthiness, but then you got to look at my worthiness also, because do I have the ability to take care of you? And taking care of a woman is not paying all the bills. It's housing a woman. And from what Tasha K said, and Tasha K is pretty accurate, because somebody who just got sued, they ain't trying to get sued again, right? So I kind of trust Tasha K. And according to what Tasha K said, and this is what we're talking about, does it make sense for women to date? I mean, for men to date when they are broke? So according to Tasha K, because I don't know, I don't know. I'm just going by what I see. He was living in Papoose. He was living in the house with his ex-wife, or his now wife still, and he moved out, and now he's living in Claressa Shields' house. Now, before we go any farther, do you see that as true? Claressa Shields is rich, or she's rich now. I don't know how long she's been rich, but I'm sure she's rich now. Do you think, say yes or no in the chat, do you think, and we're just going to start here, do you think Papoose is living in Claressa Shields' house? Yes or no? No, those loser bums mean why can't they get coochie while being broke? Yes, yes, yes. That's it. That is it. And shout out to Jordan Never. Okay, Jordan Never said ain't no party like a Diddy. Yo. Yo, and I bet you're the same one. You had another, you had another name. Jordan Never said ain't no party like a Diddy party is hilarious. Thank you for the super chat. But do y'all think that is true? Do y'all think it is true that Papoose is living in Claressa Shields' house? I would say yes, because even if Papoose did have money, wouldn't he go live with her? And if he is living with her, that is kind of broke dude behavior. So it's not just how much tangible money you have, how many assets you have. It's how you are living your life. So are you broke? And if you're broke, or say you're not broke. No, I ain't broke. I got money. Okay. If, because Tasha K said it, not me, if he's living in this woman's house, that would constitute him as being broke. Because we kind of like have to add, context to all of this before we move on. So now let's go to the next step. So if Papoose, who is presently married, he's still married. If Papoose separates from his wife and now is living with another woman as a married man, would you say that that man is exhibiting bum behavior? Forget about how much money he has, because we don't know that. That's just like with the whole Prince of Panhandling, the little Umar guy. We don't know if this man is broke, or we never knew he was broke until he said he was broke, because we can only look at people's behavior, right? So Papoose, what's up, Angie, is exhibiting bum behavior if what Tasha K is saying is true, and he's living in her house, because this man has 4 kids and is living in a woman's house. And let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm bashing. Let me know if I hate black men. Let me know if I'm crazy, because I'm just going by what I see. Because if I was living with a woman, regardless of whether I got money or not, y'all gonna look at me like I'm broke. Because you like, yo, why is you living with this woman? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So now that we have somewhat of a foundation, nobody's calling Papoose broke. What we're saying is Papoose is exhibiting broke behavior because nobody knows if he's broke or if he has money. But if I had money, I would have my own goddamn house. Like, I don't live with no goddamn woman. I live by myself. So if I'm dating a woman, she can live with me. See how that works? I'm not moving with her. You're moving with me. So when you look at Papoose as, you know, we're going to get into the acrimony, but when you look at this right here, this woman is talking about, I want to have a baby, but this nigga is still married to his wife. Why are you talking about you want to be married? And she said, I want to get married next year. This man is still married and he living in your house. So let's watch this again and then we're going to move on. And Lucky, where the hell you at? I got Lucky coming, but her ass late. She was just talking shit about somebody else being late on her show. Now her ass late.
I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then probably have another.
See, she said we already have it planned out. How are you having? So I'm talking shit about the women too. So I don't want y'all sit here saying, oh, you bashing black. I'm bashing all y'all asses. I'm bashing black men. I'm bashing black women. I'm bashing black cats. I'm bashing black dogs, brown dogs, orange cats. Because the question is, why in the hell is this dumbass planning children with a man that's still married? And what makes it worse, he got 4 kids and she ain't got none. And there's a possibility that he's living in her house. This is bum behavior.
I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids.
I think she on the spectrum. You know, Papoose still married, right? He ain't got no money to divorce his wife. He ain't got no money to give his wife in the divorce.
So right here, I've been married, okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you're aware that I have been married and I've been divorced. Put a 1 in the chat if you're aware that I've been married and I'm divorced. Put a 1 in the chat if you are aware of that. I know how divorces work, all right? There's custody, battle, issues. There is like, you got to sell the house. I didn't have to do all that stuff, but you don't just get a divorce. Like, we didn't have nothing. Like, I got a divorce when I was like 23, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't really have shit. But so we didn't have all this crazy stuff. But when you're 40 something, Papoose is probably 45, 48. I don't know how old Papoose is, but when you 40 some years old, y'all have some type of assets and y'all have built something together, right? And when you have built something together, you can't just get a divorce. It takes money to get a divorce. You got to pay your lawyer, and sometimes the woman makes the man pay for her lawyer. So you got a woman with a lawyer and a man with a lawyer, and they have to separate assets. They have to figure out child support. They got to figure out whether they're going to sell the house or whether they're going to keep the house, because they got a house, but apparently he don't live in the house. She lives in the house, right? But from a divorce standpoint, they could turn around and make him pay alimony and pay the rent for her. But she's the one that cheated. Is it proof that she cheated? Is she going to go against that and say, I didn't cheat? We got separated and I started dating the other dude because we were legally separated. So in order to get a separation, you need money, right? So a divorce takes time. And according to Tasha K, I'm putting all of this on Tasha K, not me. All right. According to Tasha K, he can't afford to get a divorce with his wife because a lot of people, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of 2 married people staying married and they just separate and for like 10 years. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of a husband and wife separate and they just stay separated for like 10 years and they ain't never divorced. It's because they ain't got no money. And shout out to Jordan never said ain't no party like a Diddy party. Yeah, it's me from Germany. That Pap is a couch surfer. Yeah, it just seems like Papoose is a whole couch surfer. This man is like, because according to Tasha K again, because y'all ain't gonna put nothing on me because I don't know. According to Tasha K, and according to a lot of other things too, Papoose was living off of the royalties of his wife when she was in prison. Remember, she was hot back then. And she allegedly pow somebody. You know, when 50 Cent was first trying to come up, didn't nobody mess with 50 Cent until he got shot, right? Because black people love stupid, violent shit, right? So if you pow somebody or somebody pows you, and then you come out with an album, everybody buys the shit, right? So at some point, I'm not exactly sure when, who, what, when, and why or whatever, but his wife pow somebody and went to prison. But I believe, and y'all let me know if I'm wrong, she was already a rapper after she did that. Because according to Tasha K, he was living off of the money that she was making while she was in prison. There we go. What's going on, Lucky?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
I am okay. I just was listening, so I apologize.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so you're caught up on what we're talking about, Papoose, right? Because we're gonna talk about Acrimony also. But I was trying to wait for your ass, but
well, you know, priorities first.
Yeah, I got you. So, wait, they said they can't hear you. Wait, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear her. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear her.
You can hear me. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Come on, y'all. Say something. Can y'all hear her or no? Just say yes or no. Okay. All right. So they can hear you. Okay. October 3074. That's you. So you gotta adjust something. Okay. So oh, I got background though. Okay, cool.
I'll just mute in between. It's fine.
Okay. So let's get into this. Now that I got my co-host here.
I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids.
I think she on the spectrum. You know, Papoose still married, right? He ain't got no money to divorce his wife. He ain't got no money to give his wife in the divorce. Okay, he got Claressa's money. Remember, Remy Ma came out and told it all. So I've been asking him to get out of my house. So he moved in with Claressa, driving Claressa cars.
So let's just stop right there. This is the topic of the show. But what do you think about all of that? And before we move on, like, because it's something that needs to be discussed.
What do you mean as far as her being a girl who has least dating experience catching a older man who's still married with children, who
With
seems
four
like
kids.
who seems like a loser?
Yes. So Pat, like,
And I'm
if
only
you,
saying loser because I don't know his personal business. He could have things in place. I'm sure
yeah.
he does.
So
But I'm saying loyal.
you just did your show about Umar Johnson, right? Dr. Umar.
Well,
And
maybe,
you said he looks like he's broke. He looks dusty, right?
he does.
Do you think, because you're a woman, I'm a man, do you think Papoose kind of looks as dusty?
Papoose looks dusty. It's a scruffy look, like when you have, and I mean, she looks dusty too, and we know that they have the means to. It's people with less that don't look dusty, so I think that's a personal choice. You can groom yourself and not look like what you going through. Just like you
Mhm.
have J. Cole look dusty, and we know. But
Kanye West be looking dusty. Okay.
no, Kanye West just look like he put on the wrong clothes. He don't actually look dusty, like in his face. Like it's like the no shade, but like the Anthony Hamilton beard, like when you just look unkept, I'll just say,
Unkept.
not
Yeah, yeah,
groomed.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, Papoose, it just seemed like he gives this, the man that has to overcompensate for being so emotionally charming and all the other stuff because they ain't got shit else to offer.
Yes.
That's what it seemed like to me. I don't know though. I don't know. They in love. Remember, I was there. He definitely
Mhm.
offered loyalty, but on the aspect of what eventually a woman wants to get behind and support, I guess I just don't see him having anything that a woman could eventually get behind and root for him. You know what I'm saying? Like on the side with a sign saying "Go Papoose." I
Yeah.
don't see where I he what does he have? What does he do? Is he a good?
Where's
Is
he
he a writer?
going? You can't say go Papoose when Papoose ain't going nowhere. You know?
Right, he's like the Safari.
He,
But
well,
Safari got something going on, but I'm just
Safari be
saying
doing stuff.
yeah, but he was pop locking for Nicki Minaj at one point, he was.
Yes, but that was decades ago. These niggas is 40, still. Well, think about this. If he was pop locking for Nicki Minaj and he 40, wouldn't that look crazy?
It looks crazy anyway, because why are you always in the pop locking position? Why?
What's a pop locking position? That's hilarious. But yes. Why are you in the pop locking position in the first place? Yes. But some guys may say, yo, I'm in a pop locking position, kind of like with the Acrimony scenario. And put a one in the chat if y'all have seen the movie Acrimony, the Tyler Perry stupid movie Acrimony, because y'all wanted us to talk about this. So we're going to talk about that also. So put a one in the chat if y'all have seen Acrimony, that stupid, idiotic movie. But some black men may say, yo, like, what is wrong with a man that is trying to build his dream and is not working out yet? And as he's building, black men are building. There's nothing wrong with building. I drove for Uber when I was building. I had a good job. This was after I was divorced. I've always had a $60,000 a year somewhere plus job, like all my life, really, even young, right? And I was just driving forklifts, driving trucks. I wasn't I was just, doing service work, right? Selling cars, stuff like that, right? But I left all that to, start this, right? And I was driving for Uber for like 2 years, because I needed more time to build my new thing up. And me selling cars, because selling cars, you're at the dealership from 1:00 p.m. to 9:00 at night. So it's like I was in a building stage at an older age, right? But guess what? Was I dating, Lucky? Do you think I was dating? Yes or no?
Yeah,
No.
good. I
Now I
think
had
that should be normalized, but I think it sounds good, but I don't know. I think most people, I mean, just look at even if you go to old documentaries, down in Cabrini Green project days, they was showing people who were poverty and they should not be having, but they have multiple kids. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So people still have the urge to mate even in their situation. So
No, I didn't say I wasn't mating. I wasn't dating. So I had little chicks that I can,
okay, sorry.
you know, I'm sure we all have had sex with people and they want to have sex with us again, right?
Yeah, but I thought discipline when you in a situation where you broke down and you can't offer nobody else but other things like your body or something like that. I mean, I'm just of
Dick
the
is
belief that
valuable.
I understand that we shouldn't be in a thing where everything is materialistic, but just things cost in life, and that's just
Yeah.
anywhere you are. So I'm not of the belief that when you're coming into something male or female that you should have something outside of your body and your physical.
Dick is valuable to women. I just want to say that. So
But
that's the
it
thing.
can't be because most women is saying they don't want to be with y'all.
Okay. That's not the point. I understand. Well, because you see, and I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm
I'm not either,
saying
but
nobody wanted to be with me, and I didn't want to be with nobody when I was a whole Uber driver because I was a whole Uber driver. You feel me? So
but
my point is, I was not actively dating because I'm trying to build up all this stuff that I got going on. I'm traveling for free. I'm speaking at places for free because my homeboy got this going on. Eric Thomas was a mentor. He was an adjacent mentor. He was a mentor of my mentor. So me and him was like following around Eric Thomas, and he was doing stuff or whatever. I was just soaking in game. I wasn't making no goddamn money, but I was learning. I was soaking game, right? So the thing about it is, I made it a concerted effort not to try to date a woman or try to waste a woman's time when I ain't got, and I had a house, right? I had assets. I was an adult, but the job, I left the job and was just driving Uber, and I wrote a book and I was selling my books, right? So I was doing different things, but the shit was all over the place. So I'm speaking as a black man that was broke myself as a full grown adult, but I was broke on purpose because I'm trying to chase a dream. And a lot of women be like, yo, you 40, you 35, you need to get a job and stop chasing the dream. And that's kind of like in the movie with Acrimony. So a lot of modern men would ask y'all, like, why don't y'all give black men grace when they're trying to build themselves up? Why do y'all sit around and just call them or us broke when we trying to build ourselves up? Because I built myself up to a pretty nice, profitable company. I'm not just a content creator. I'm a company. So what do you think about that?
in all seriousness, right, to get off of Papoose and make it more of a broader conversation if we
Mm.
want, because I'm not looking at the average man like a Papoose. So I think let's just make it a broader conversation.
Mhm.
The average woman is getting with a man, trying to build with the man. So I don't
Yeah.
know where men see that. The average man is not no millionaire. The average man is actually getting women. The problem is having the characteristics and the traits and actually being an accountable individual to sustain a healthy relationship or any relationship. So, if we're talking about building, that means that what is that person showing? And I would say, how many men do you know that are showing a sense of trajectory, ambition, things like that, where it would show like, okay, most women when they're going into these situations, it seems like it's just off potential and what we talked about and what I believe in you to be. So then I'm gonna make sure I do my part so that I can see it through in that way. But when it becomes the man in that situation becomes complacent or things are becoming due, red notices are starting to be mailed, and you don't have anything in your nature to try to do both, such as I'm gonna still work towards this, but also understand I need a paycheck coming in. If you just
Mhm.
kind of seem like okay, she seemed like she got it and is giving like a son where you're waiting for somebody to give you a chore, then
Yeah.
I think that's when it becomes a problem. But no, generally, I think if men are saying that either you've never had a woman that love you, so that's a personal problem why you can't connect, male or female, or you're just saying some shit that you heard on the internet. Because if you've ever a woman ever told you yes to a date or any type of interest in you, you're not a millionaire. So that should be the first sign that women are not caring about what you saying
Okay.
or whatever that is. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to advocate for the young men that may have pushback to what we're talking about, right? Because I was broke and I wasn't dating. You know what I'm saying? So
Wait. I'm sorry, because you did say something, so it just reminded me. I'm sorry. So when you said that earlier, right? The thought that I had, it left me and I just got it back. I also believe, and not even just a belief, this is what has shown. If we understand like one of the first pieces or aspects to wealth we get as a family is marriage, they understood starting off small.
Mhm.
So we somehow has created this fantasy where you have to have a substantial amount for you to even be ready for said marriage. When marriage is they when they was getting married in all time of times, they did not need a certain amount of money unless you're something where you come from a family where your father was handing you off. But we are not them type of people. So I want us to stop trying to conflate how we are because we're talking about dating. So there's nobody handing you off if you're actually dating. So it's just like if you're talking about building, that means that you already have a direction of where you want your life to go and what I know I need a woman or this partner for. Most people are not figuring that out because if you go on a date with the average man and ask him, what do you need a woman for? What do you need me for? They
Mhm.
really can't formulate or articulate a reason. They're usually, I'm gonna see where this goes. Even
Yep.
women, it's like, what do you need this for? Even if it sounds asinine, she pretty much has some sort of direction. So my thing is like, if you don't really just have a set direction, how are you talking that you should not be dating if you are in this struggle because you don't have a direction. But if you're on a
Yeah.
trajectory where, yeah, I'm at this job, I'm waiting till this come in, or I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? You're
Mhm.
don't let we like we're all are. I feel like you should be finding somebody who's on that same level because it'll help you even quicker. But if you just,
Yeah.
twiddling your thumbs, I really don't know. I think that's how I'm gonna figure this out. I joined this course. Yeah, I did this here. You ain't laxy daisy. No, you're gonna be laxy daisy with a relationship. You're gonna be in
Yeah.
and out, wishy washy. So yeah, that's just what I want to say.
So shout out to Jordan. Never said ain't no party like a Diddy party. Remember, men, they're the most enrolled. Oh, remember the women are the most enrolled and highly educated, but yet they still make dumb decisions and stupid choices in choosing a mate. So that is speaking to the actual modern men, though. See, and I'm not saying that to him in particular, who just did drop the super chat, but some of y'all dudes be talking about yourselves. So when y'all sit here and say, out of one side of y'all neck, women need to choose better and stop choosing these broke ass dudes, and then she has a baby by a broke dude, it's her fault, and you'll say you should have picked better. But some of y'all dudes be the broke dudes that the women need to be avoiding, and then y'all will turn around and say, "Well, why do women have all these standards when, I'm a good man?" Because just like with Papoose, to bring him back in this, a lot of dudes think being a good man and holding the door open for a woman and being, you know how these dudes be. They be like, "Yo, I'm a good man, but these women don't want me," right? But they the same ones that don't have enough money to take care of a woman if he gets her pregnant. So because you said something earlier that I kind of disagree with. The average man isn't a millionaire. I agree. But there are tangible things that an average man needs in order to date. That is somewhere to house the woman. When I was a kid, right? I was selling drugs as a kid, whatever, right? But I didn't have a house. I lived with my mama. But when I got with her, we looked at an apartment, a house that was out in the outskirts because my homeboy got a house, my other homeboy got a house. So I was in the mindset of getting a house. So I was dating my ex-wife. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get this house." And she was like, "Okay." And I went out and got this 4-bedroom tri-level house, finished basement and all this shit. I think I was 18, 19. So I'm a little bit of a, I'm a little different, but I put my ex-wife in a big ass house. It was a rental house, but I put her in a big ass house, and I was a teenager. But I was living with my mama. But I had the credit, I had the money to go get the house. And to a certain degree, it don't cost that much money to get a fucking house. All you need is a 600, 650, whatever credit score, right? Have a job, because I had a job and I was selling drugs also, and have last month's rent. So why can't the average man have that? Just have a house, a rental house, or an apartment that's like a 2-3 bedroom house, an apartment that has enough room to build a family in. Is that a lot? Can an average man have that, Lucky?
Well, I guess we would have to look at it, right? So I would want to play with numbers, or just in reality, where does he live? What job does he have? What trajectory
Yes.
does this job have? How much does that bring in a month? What is his debt to income ratio? Also, at a time where they're doubling the taxes on homes, and people who have homes are losing their homes, where you're not really owning it. You could be a person who understands that I'm going to probably buy something that's maybe commercial real estate, or something that looks to a passive income. So, but I'd rather be a renter. I think it just depends on your mindset. So I
Mhm.
wouldn't say, when you say can they have it or why can't they, it depends on the circumstances. Now, I'm of the belief, if you don't really have children or nobody else to take care of but yourself, you have all the time and hours in a day, more
Mhm.
time than a person who has other responsibilities to be taken care of. But why can't they do it? I feel like you should want to do that. Um, as an individual, if you get to that level, I'm truthfully, I would, if I'm putting myself in their shoes, if I get to a level where I have to do it alone because a woman doesn't want to do it with me, I may start to look at women as something that I could have as a choice if I feel like it. Not something that I'm gonna work hard by myself, obtain this thing, and then put some ungrateful bitch in my shit. Because it's the same way, if you work hard as a woman by yourself, you develop a certain attitude and hopefully a certain level of integrity about yourself to even do what more than the average person is not doing. So when you get to that point, it's like that's where you develop a little bit of I guess emotional, what women say, you need emotional intelligence and stuff like that. You lack that
Mhm.
because in order to be on that trajectory to get to those levels, you have to be set, focused, and zeroed in on yourself. So imagine then dating. You have to break that apart. So no, I think that's the problem. Sometimes I think why can't they do it is because everybody needs help. The average woman can't do it unless she gets help from certain places.
Everybody needs help. So in other words, you're saying, let me get with a woman so she can help me.
Isn't she a help me? What is she?
No, your wife is a helpmate, not my girlfriend.
Right, right. But
You're on. Hold on, let me say this. I just want to say this because it's very important. A helpmate is a man's wife, not some chick you're dating.
but we're
You
only
cannot
talking
turn
about
around and
we're only,
solicit
wait, wait,
uh
wait,
your
wait, 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 wait,
but
because you about to take my point somewhere. We're talking about marriage because you're saying why can't he sustain a house for a woman? I hope you're not trying to get a house for a girlfriend. You don't
no,
need that for a girlfriend.
think about this. You have to be in a position to house a woman, period. So
No, you
me,
don't.
hold on. Yes, you do. So say me and you start dating, you live where you live, and I live where I live, right? And we live in two different states. Now, just from a natural progression standpoint, say we've been dating for 6 months, right? I fly out there, you fly out here. At some point, we looking to move in together, start a life together. And I'm putting marriage in together too, right? But most people be looking to move in with each other, whether they're married or not. So I'm just going to say that. So in month number 6, we start trying to see if we want to build our lives together, right? And then I'm going to look at like, okay, do I got room to house you, right? Then you got a kid. do I got another room to house a kid? So as a man, you have to be in a position where you can house a woman. And even if you didn't have kids, if I get you pregnant, do we at least have another room to put the bassinet in? It's just little things like that. So if I got a little bitty, like 1-bedroom apartment, and I don't have enough money to, like, think about this, to go out and get something bigger if I needed to, I don't need to be dating you because there's no future to us. So let me play this real quick, because this is you talking.
No, wait.
What?
So what you did was add context. So
Yes.
what you're talking about is somebody who is not, if you're dating and you're having sex with a woman and you're thinking like what you're saying, then you are that man in a position that can get a house. If we're talking about the man that can't, I'm not entertaining the fact that you're even thinking about bringing a woman into your space to the point where you could get her pregnant. Because why are you recklessly having sex when you know you can't sustain the responsibilities, even if it's an
Yeah.
STD, you can't afford your copay? So whatever the
Damn.
case may be. So I'm not entertaining that. When we're
Yes.
talking about getting a house, I'm instantly locked into the man who understands what he needs a woman for in his life. I'm not entertaining a man who wants girlfriend perks or wife benefits so he makes your girlfriend and then we can move in and shack you up. I don't advocate for nobody shacking up. I feel like we learned that lesson. So we got to keep acting like, oh, okay, well, what if I move you in? We know we'd be talking about it, but we also know that that's not the right thing to do. So let's keep it separate so that you have reasons to still see, you can visit each other's house. Wherever you are, you can do all those things, but you should probably keep things separate. Now, if you're trying to be her real man where you want to pay more bills on a consistent basis and things like that, then I'm going to assume that you're also making good financial decisions to get a home for us. Because why are you just shelling out money on a girl and you're not also trying to shell out money in other things that help you? You get what I'm saying? So I'm not entertaining. If you're dating as a man, you need to understand that the average woman's going to assume that you're ready. It ain't. So if we coming in to help, it's to the vision that you already have. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that, but the problem is men like, oh, I kind of was interested in this, and then I kind of got this, and then it takes her insight to start to develop this and talk to you about it, and then you know what I'm saying. That's usually what happens. Men may have an idea, but they're not really trying to get to nothing in those scenarios.
And that's what I'm saying. So what we're doing is adding context, needed context, to what broke looks like and what being like staying single until you get some money looks like. Because so many men was just like, I don't understand why a woman need all this stuff. No, you need all this stuff. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play this, and we're going to get into acrimony, but this is you talking. Watch this.
This has a lot to do with why men are saying they don't want to marry Black women, because Black women are requiring them to be more competitive and they want to be stagnant. They want to be stagnant and they want to be stagnant. What is the negative response we get for saying we want Black men to make more money? Why is it such a, why you want us to make more money? Y'all don't want more money?
It's not that it's a problem. I'll give you an example. I met a woman who said, she's like, yeah, I don't mind if a man makes 60,000, but I need him to make 100. It's when a woman is telling a man what's not good enough for his life. Because if you want luxury and vacations and all that, you go do that. Unless you're willing to take and come and be a partnership and say, hey, baby, it's one thing to say, what can you do for me? And it's nothing to say, what can we do for each other? And a lot of women don't come into it with that. Okay, I make 80, you make 70, let's bust this move. I'll make this. They're saying, well, I'll make this, and I need you to come up to this point. When women come out like that outright, that's your prerogative. It's just not going to get a response from a man that's going to make him want to love you and be with you. Coming at him, telling him what he need to make, especially if you're talking to a man who makes enough money to at least pay his own bills, have his own place to live, has his own vehicle. Who are you to come into his life when he doesn't need anything from you to tell him he needs to make more money? It's kind of insulting. They're saying, hey, I see you making this.
He said it's kind of insulting. I want to play more, but what do you think about that? The nigga said it's insulting for you to want your man, the man that you are with, to progress.
Tell me what you think first.
Well, one, shout out to Illa, but I can only judge what comes out of his mouth. So I'm cool with him, but I'm judging the dumb shit that came out of his mouth. I'm not judging him as a person, but that was some stupid shit. That's why I still keep it, because it's the dumbest shit I've heard, but it's a simple mindset of the average modern man. I have this small little 1-bedroom apartment, like I can sustain myself. Why can't I get in a relationship with you? Because the natural progression of dating somebody, and this is what we're talking about, should you date while you're broke? If you can only sustain yourself, you need to stay by yourself, because you can't sustain another person. Because women biologically add to whatever it is you got going on. Women are multipliers. She's going to want more, want to travel more, want to do more, want to go out to eat more, because you're a woman. Women don't want to sit around and look at ESPN all goddamn day like men do. Women don't want to play the video games and shit. You get a woman, she's going to want to go outside. She's going to want to travel. She's going to want to do shit. And she's going to want to have a fucking baby. So if you can only sustain yourself and you get her pregnant, you're going to be one of them niggas like, she put me on child support. I told her not to have the goddamn baby. So that's how I think.
She betrayed me.
She betrayed me. I said I don't want to have it, but you nutted in her.
So that's not what I understood. Like in that conversation, I understood both, and I still stand on what I said. Shout out to me, okay? But I think what I understood in that conversation was the women that speak to, if a man could sustain, like in your one, if you have your 1-bedroom apartment, it's cool. You could sustain it and you put money away. I have no need to be able to sustain a 3-bedroom right now. You get what I'm saying? I'm working towards that. So you yourself can't sustain even me in my 1-bedroom of the duties of me in my 1-bedroom. But you saying coming in, I gotta sustain more than what you could sustain. So that means I have to purchase a bigger house. Your ass most likely ain't gonna clean. Okay. So I have to purchase more responsibility.
Wait, why?
What I'm saying, because you mentioned the word sustain, right? And I have to go how my brain breaks it down. They could tell me if they lucky they ain't how I understood it, but this is how I understood it. A man has to sustain one thing, a woman has to sustain another thing. If I have a 1-bedroom apartment that I'm sustaining comfortably, you don't have nothing yet, whatever. If you a woman and you got kids and his sustainability and where he's at is not enough for you, you need to make a decision as to what's best for your kids. If you feel like him coming in needs to be having something for some kids that's not his. That's just the facts. That's just the fact.
Well, why you dating a woman that got kids if you ain't thinking about sustaining the kids that's not his?
No, to him. And this, you could come into this 1-bedroom and then we could work towards. I just said he's working towards. Now, if my process, sometimes you run into women not being patient enough, you know what I'm saying? Things like that where, okay, you're not moving this fast enough. Or what she's doing is also not sustaining or contributing so that they both can get out of that situation, because it's also your kid. It's your kid first. And all this contribution to a kid that's not mine, I most likely, if you get an attitude one day and don't want to fuck with me, all this stuff I built up for us, you could just say to hell with it and get on with the kid that I probably built a bond with and some other things to sustain a kid. So while we're dating is just getting to know each other where there's no relationship. I'm probably dating other people too. So I'm sustaining where I live enough to date a woman. Now, once one of them women becomes serious, I'm still working towards it. We could set goals, relationship goals out that says, okay, 6 months to a year, I'm here. Where you at? Okay, we're gonna move here. We can move in together. We can move in after we get married, because we're not promoting shacking up, right? So his 1-bedroom don't matter. Where does she live right now? So we shouldn't even be talking about what he can sustain with his pockets right now in dating. You too far in. We don't know his credit. We don't even know your credit. It's a lot of stuff. We got a normalized relationship. So that's what I understood from both aspects. So
I don't understand having, okay, I'm not saying to have these things. I'm saying to have the credit to get those things. Remember, I just using my scenario, I live with my mama, but once I got with her, I had the wherewithal, because somebody in the chat said not all of us were selling drugs. That wasn't the point. I had a job also. I was getting out of selling drugs, and I had a job because I was taught at an early age, you can't just be selling drugs because you can't buy shit if you selling drugs. You got to have proof of income, right? Unless you're going to put in your mama name. And I didn't have no family. I ain't had no grandmama and cousins and all this other shit. So I had to put whatever I had in my name. So I had a wherewithal mentally, the direction, right? The progression to go get a job, even though I was selling drugs, right? So if I'm going to get with a woman, not about money, I need to have some type of plan. See, it's bigger than money because everybody ain't no money. Just like you said, most men ain't got no money, right? So it's not about, bro, you ain't got no money. You ain't a million. No, it's about having a plan. It's about like to build your credit takes at least a year of a plan, right? I got to get this credit card. I got to do this. See, you can't even get a credit card unless you know how to get a credit card. Because you're going to apply for a credit card, they're going to turn you down because your shit ain't right? So you got to have a plan.
Unless you get secured and you pay that $250.
Yeah, but you have to know to apply for a secured instead of an unsecured. That's the plan. Hold on.
Aaron.
So stop, wait. So the plan, even to build credit, it has to be there before get an apartment, because if you ain't got no credit, you can't get an apartment. So even that alone, the plan to build your credit, the plan to get something bigger, the plan to know how much income it takes, to know they're going to ask for 3 months rent. You know what I'm saying? The requirements to get a bigger apartment, the thought process of how can I get something bigger than what I have now has to be there. And if you don't have that plan, a woman does not need to be following you or even giving you no pussy because you don't have a plan. This is not about money. This is about planning. So go ahead.
So I understand the planning, right? So why are we assuming because he's in a 1-bedroom apartment and he does not have the space that he can't sustain something bigger? I think if you first learn to sustain a smaller space and appreciate it, you have developed the characteristics as you grow and get bigger, you'll start to appreciate things. So that's also somebody who has probably cheaper financial responsibilities than something that has more bedrooms, more money to put away. I'm going to look at more of the situation to be inclined to say, can he sustain more? Does he have extra spending money? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in those situations, I think that's what I understood it. I think sometimes it's just like the balloon pop. We assuming off things that we're ignorantly not even able to identify. We're just now identifying that most women are attracted to the aesthetics of a gay man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even now.
Can you elaborate? What?
Meaning that women, we're talking about a generation of people who had an absent father usually, right? They don't, or they have some sort of absenteeism in their development. So even still, they develop unhealthy ways of a visual of what mating needs to look like. It needs to look like this. When you don't have something, you think masculinity is one way, you think family structure is one way because you're filling in the blank to identify with what's absent. So if it don't look like this, it can't be this, which is what I'm saying could happen with a man. I have a 1-bedroom apartment and you come in with something else. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole.
Aesthetics of a gay man. What's up, Dana? What is that?
Because the point is, if you just like we carried on the conversation last time. When you are not identifying or you're not aware of true masculinity, you're attracted to men that are gay by way of how they dress or certain type of aesthetics that you're not aware of. So you run across a lot of issues with men that genuinely do not like women. So you start to go out in the world making judgment on other men when really no, that's not the average man. But that's another conversation on that point.
I know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but so what does the aesthetics of a gay man? I have no idea what you mean. Like you could just
so there was a study that in hip hop culture, specifically in rappers, they wanted them to dress a certain way. So you have the baggy clothes, you have the multiple chains, you have the certain aesthetic. That was to overly compensate for being masculine when these men were actually doing shit behind the scenes. They were actually, so it was to
Mm.
overly compensate. So I'm gonna make you a drug dealer. I'm gonna portray you as something that we see as aggressive in our day-to-day life. But really you have women attracted to that same aesthetic. So the everyday Joe, unless he fits that aesthetic, he ain't getting her. That's where that conversation come in. So that's why I was proving that point as far
Okay,
as
so the gayness
yeah.
is actually the look at me-ness, is the peacockingness
Yeah,
because wearing
the
5
flamboyant.
chains, the flamboyant. So the dude with the 5 chains on and the 4 bracelets. Somebody in Atlanta, quick, just a quick thought. Somebody in Atlanta asked me why, because there's a trend in Atlanta where a lot of guys would say, yo, women expect me to pay their rent on the second date type shit, right? And I was telling some women, like, I don't have those problems, right? And she said, well, why is it that you don't have those problems? I said, because I don't wear a bracelet. And she was like, huh? I said, yeah, niggas with bracelets, you play like that. And she was like, why? Because if you're gonna spend, a nice bracelet, if you as a man are going to spend, at least $1,000 on a bracelet, you not gay, you don't have a lot of sense, and you are flamboyant, and you're just buying dumb shit because you want to attract women, right? Niggas don't really wear bracelets. Like, a nigga will wear a nice watch, but niggas don't really wear bracelets. When you start wearing bracelets and
I
shit,
see what you mean.
you're doing too much.
Girl shit. It's just like hoop earrings.
Yeah, you're doing extra. So and she was just like, wow, I never thought about that. Yeah, you see a nigga come in the club with a bracelet on, he's food to women.
I think it's funny because I did talk to a guy who previously he had like a cross dangly, but when I was dating him, he didn't wear it. But I seen it on the previous picture. Long story short, he had bitch waves. He did.
See, so men who wear bracelets
The
have bitch
aesthetic.
ways.
I said the aesthetic. It usually
Yeah,
comes with a
the aesthetic
more
of a gay man.
emotionally. They usually are not saying they're gay, but they usually
Yeah.
have an emotionally charged way of expressing themselves.
Yeah, the flamboyance, the overzealous way of saying "look at me" type shit.
They're
I told
usually
her,
they usually feel competitive with the woman, so it's like, oh, you think
yeah,
you out, yeah, versus working with her, yeah.
yeah. So I like how you brought that up. That was good. That was good. That was good because I actually had a conversation about that. So let's get into the broke man scenario in Acrimony, and put a one in chat. Y'all seen Acrimony, because that's why we're here to talk about Acrimony. But we had a great conversation about this shit, and I was like, yo, we got to talk about this. So I'm gonna play the rest of the Tasha K stuff, and I'm gonna let it go past that.
And daddy was married for 20 years and refused to divorce. And you know why? They used to cuss each other out and then sneak off to the back room every time.
Right here, she's talking about how married people never divorce. So the fact that Papoose has not divorced his wife, that's a telltale sign that he's never going to divorce his wife, because divorced people, they just hate each other, talk shit about each other, and then stay married.
Time we had family get-togethers and come out fighting again. The energy. When you spend energy, put energy into somebody, whether it's negative or positive energy, there's a connection. And then there's a relief. Papoose loved that woman. That's why he let her cheat in peace. That's why he let Remy cheat in peace.
Papoose is the wealthiest man that I've been with.
All right, we're gonna go past her lying ass, because she just sound like she lying. Like, shut your dumb ass up.
You think she lying?
She used the word wealthy, which makes me think she's slow.
Okay, no. Let's be honest. Let's
Nobody says wealthy. Nobody's wealthy. Niggas in Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, listen. Maybe
millionaires are not wealthy.
Maybe what he bringing got her using words like wealthy. Maybe it's wealthy to her. Like, we can't dismiss what he is to her. And then how old is she? We like me and her like the same age, right?
Let's see.
He probably didn't hit her bottom. She's off base.
How old is boxer Claressa Shields? 28, probably. She's 30. She's too goddamn old to be talking about wealthy. Like, shut your old ass up. Like, no, she's a little slow.
But it's like
he's the wealthiest man I've been with.
Yes,
like,
but we can't say she's had to be at the level she's at 30. That I'm gonna assume that someone took the time out to put her more in the gym to prepare for her career than she had time to date. So there's about a bit of naivety there. So she could be a hopeless romantic of a dude who's used to wooing you because he has nothing else. And then once he gives you penis, sorry to the audience, once he gives you penis, now he didn't hit your bottom. And based on dopamine and studies that show that is the one way that a man could get you to fall in love is by way of making you have a vaginal orgasm. So not only that, she's in that and she's, oh, I love you. And he's going against Remy Ma, who he had public black love. She has got the blinders on. My thing is her support system and the people around her. Because, girl, what are you with some man with super kids? And that's the problem I think a lot of us make is that when we are dating guys that are nice and we don't have children as women, we think, oh, he has one kid, or oh, okay, he has enough money to sustain them. That's what I'm saying. That's the clear indicator. Where's her father or any type of guidance?
This nigga is wealthy. Think about this. Because I'm stuck on the word wealthy. She just sounds dumb talking about he's the wealthiest man. This man got 4 kids, still married, got put out of his house, living in your house, running around, like chasing you around, holding your doors like he's a fucking butler and shit, walking you up on stage, cheerleading for you with the pom-poms, and this nigga's wealthy? Ma'am, you sound dumb. Okay, so I just wanted to say that. So before we get to Acrimony, quick commercial break, and we'll come right back.
Meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same. Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
All right, so let's get into Acrimony. Oh, real quick before we do that. Just something quick. Ladies, Lucky just made a great point. Just because a man is fucking you good does not mean he's the best man in the world. He's just somebody that's fucking you good. Like, I've had some amazing head, some amazing poom, some amazing, like, I've dated the most beautiful woman I've ever seen before. Not one time did I look at her and say, you are the woman for me, just because she was the best woman I've ever seen in my life. No, because you're the best looking woman I ever seen in my life, we just gonna fuck and go about our business. So sometimes the best sex, the best looks, the best money, you have to look at yourself and say, okay, do I need to be with the best whatever ever in life? Most likely no, because where are you compared to them? Like right now with Papoose and Claressa, she wants to be with him. Cool. She's in love with him. Cool. And I'm not saying he's doing something wrong, but she's doing something wrong. Why are, you can do whatever you want to do. the man has 4 kids and is still married and probably is broke.
She just shouldn't have a baby by him. She shouldn't have a
Yes,
baby by
that's
him,
what
but
I'm
she should
saying. Just
definitely enjoy her.
enjoy the experience,
Just enjoy
right?
it. Yeah. Just enjoy it. If you ride the
Yes.
wave and then
That's all I'm saying.
don't have a baby by him and don't give him access to none of your nothing. That's it.
That's all I'm saying. I rode the wave with these women that I'm talking about. I didn't turn around and say, "Oh, you wifey because of this," or "You wifey because of that." No, I enjoyed the experience, and that was that. You know, we got to enjoy experiencing these people. You know, I didn't. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Why do we assume that she deserves better than Papoose?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying she doesn't have any kids, and he is a married man with 4.
She want to have his 5th.
That's stupid.
I think, but you get what I'm saying. I think sometimes I hear you, but I
you
think
never want to be a man's like 5th kid. That's stupid.
I get what you're saying, but some people would want to. Obviously, women do it all the time.
Some people who are stupid, and I personally think Claressa Shields is stupid. So what I'm
she's
saying
publicly
to
with a married man,
because Claressa probably be on YouTube or whatever. So I'm gonna say this to you, Claressa, and I coach women. What you are doing is stupid. You're looking to not even marry. You're looking to have a baby because you said, I want to have, I plan on having a baby by next year. It takes 9 months to have a fucking baby. So it already takes a year to give birth. So you're planning on either giving birth or conceiving a baby within 12 months. You, ma'am, are an idiot. And you may need to sit your ass down somewhere. I know you want to have a baby. And I know you got your money, but this nigga got 4 kids and he's still fucking married. Like, it's dumb. You're an idiot until you change what you're doing. Okay? I'm telling you now, dating this man, Papoose, makes you an idiot. If you do some other shit, you're not an idiot. But you're an idiot as long as you're dating Papoose. And you're getting online, taking up for a man that can speak for his goddamn self. This nigga got online 30 times to talk shit about his ex-wife, but he don't want to get online to take up for you. Think about that. You are online taking up for this man when he was like passionately taking up for himself when his present wife was talking shit about him. So when the media is talking shit about him being broke, why can't this nigga take up for himself? Think about that. You up here taking up for this man, and he was already taking up for himself against his wife. His wife. You're an idiot presently. Change your actions. Do better. You do deserve better simply because you ain't got no fucking kids. But if you don't, you're an idiot. If you have a baby by this bum, you're an idiot. He's a bum. All right. Had to get that out. Sorry, Claressa, but you are an idiot. I'm not sugarcoating shit until you make better decisions. Because all we can do is look at somebody's decisions and make that decision on what they're doing. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Nothing, and I don't know how long.
Did you know this house was about to be foreclosed on?
Yeah, I was just getting my battery ready.
We all know about that damn battery. It's a joke. Get a job and help her. Linda, this is...
All right, hold on. Lucky, you there? I'm about to play Acrimony.
I'm here. Sorry. Let me fix my camera.
Okay, here we go. We're about to play Acrimony. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
I don't know how long.
Did you know this house was about to be foreclosed on?
Yeah, I was just getting my battery ready.
We all know about that damn battery. It's a joke. Get a job and help her. Linda, this is Mama's house. We grew up here, and you mortgaged it for him? His ass needs a job. Why are you putting up with this shit, huh? Why?
I can't afford a lawyer.
No, you can't. Working as a dishwasher. Did Robert give you this?
Yeah, along with these keys and the deed to Mama's house.
What?
Yeah, his battery hit. He's in business with Prescott.
Damn. he hit like this? I know our divorce is finalized, but I wanted you to have this for everything you've done for me over the years. I don't know if any woman who would have put up with me, loved me, cared for me, believed in me. I don't blame you. Just sorry that my dream took so long to come true.
So why? Why did you give it to her?
Mel, you divorced me. You left me.
You didn't fight. You didn't fight. You didn't fight.
Saturday is supposed to be 92 degrees, so I was thinking we hit the beach.
No.
No?
No.
Mm-hmm.
We need a breakup.
What?
This relationship, I feel it's ran its course.
This is what happened in Acrimony. This is shit women be fucking doing. Come on, you didn't fight for me. Bitch, you divorced me.
And I know it's me. It's not you. You're perfect. I need to work on myself. Trust me. But I just know this relationship cannot go on in it. What?
What?
What the hell?
This is what she did in Acrimony.
Wait.
So you're just gonna leave? You're just gonna up and walk away from me, not say a single word?
Why would I? What do you want me to say?
Mm-hmm. Go. I literally called it. I knew you were this type of person too. Go. Okay. Like that's what you want to. No! Please no. I just don't know what I want. I don't know what I want, honestly.
You broke up with me.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I just might be hungry.
So that was the synopsis of Acrimony. What are your thoughts? Goofy ass damn woman talking about.
So you mentioned something. Okay? So what was your major takeaway points? Because I want to know the main conversation because there's so much in the movie. But typically, you mentioned something. You said, "What do he need to fight for?" What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Okay. If say what all we've been talking about, right? Me saying I left my job and started being an Uber driver, right? Say we together. And it takes me 2 years to go from being an Uber driver to, having, motion in this world, right? Within that 2 years, you are justified to get rid of me, whether we're married or not, because you have that justification, because I understand, especially if we living in your mama's house and then we don't mortgage your mama's house in order to start my business. And if you turn around and say, I'm out, I'm going to be like, I accept the fact that you're out. I'm not going to be sitting here arguing with you because it doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to be like, baby, please, baby, please, baby, please. So to answer your question is, I can't fight for my marriage if I still am in the same position that I was before you got upset with me, because the proper way to fight for my marriage is change. Whether I'm abusive, whether I'm whether I'm broke, whether the best way to apologize or fight for your marriage is change behavior. But if I don't have the ability to change my behavior, I have to accept the fact that you don't want me as who I am, and there's nothing to fight for.
So when you come in his scenario, when he came asking for her hand back, was he changed? Did he have a different situation he presented her with?
No.
So how did he fight? He fight because he's used his words?
Fighting to me is with yourself. Like, my woman is looking at me like I'm a bum. So I got to fight with myself. I got to get out of my bum behavior, just like with Papoose, and fight with myself. I got to build myself up before I can come back and, tell my wife, hey, I changed. Because that's the thing. Did he change? No, he just want her back. The fighting is with yourself. The fighting is climbing.
But you said she was done for her reaction, though.
Huh?
Okay, her reaction was extreme.
Her reaction is, how dare you give all of this to this other woman? Ma'am, you divorced me.
Because
you may see, here's the thing, Lucky. You have the right to your decision. if you want to get rid of me because I have this battery or I was an Uber driver for 2 years, either way, if you have that right. But once you gone, I'm gonna go get me another bitch. And she's going to enjoy the fruits of Mr. Let Go versus Aaron. That's
So
what it is.
Okay, so the point that I think that I connected with was, I get that overall point, but that's the point where I feel like men disconnect with women.
Okay.
Because she gave the reason why you was able to even get that meeting or whatever was the million of videos you sent based on the back of her hard work to keep believing in you. And the money that came from her mother, all the things she chose to do, all the things that we was just talking about a minute ago, believing in you. And up until the point where you had so many times where you met in front of them, you denied the last time you 800,000. No, you believe, you understood. I get it. But then you come, and the first thing you don't think to do is all the things that got me to believe in you is to say, hey, I'm here. And let's try this again before you go get another woman. That means that you weren't really invested in me that same way. That means that you probably wouldn't have did all that for me, the same thing I did for you.
So Lucky,
how could you just move on?
Hold on, Lucky. The way we love is not the way y'all love.
That's my point. And that's
the
why
way we love.
That's why he got shot.
That's not how he got shot. He got
why.
shot because she was a dumbass. So
no, he got shot because he didn't love her the way she loved him. That was the point.
No, she did not love her. He did not love her the way she wanted him to love her. That is between her and herself. So here's the thing that you women have to understand.
Don't say you.
I don't give a shit what you do for me. You do that for me because you want to do it. I don't owe you shit for what you did for what you did for me. You did that for me because that's how you show your love. The way I show my love is by working on myself and coming back to you after we're no longer together and handing you a check for $10 million. That's how I show my love. That is my reciprocation. It's not going to be the same reciprocation to say, hey, I want to put you in this penthouse. No, here's $10 million. Now get the fuck out of here. That's my form of love.
I don't know why you say you women, because I just want to say there is not an ex or nobody in history that if they give me $10 million, I want them more than the $10 million in my mama house back.
Who are you talking about?
Matter of fact, I'm celebrating y'all love. I'm so happy you found somebody that's for you. You know, sometimes it work out like that. Toast to that.
Yes.
You know, I'd be there drunk, you know, with the toast and everything, no shoes on. I'd be a $10 million mess. And then you would never hear from me again. And it didn't have
what's
kids.
the problem?
That's me personally. But to understand the emotional trauma bond Tyler Perry likes to do with us, Tyler Perry understood he had to trauma bond with us because the point that men always miss is I did it because I wanted the things you promised with you. And yes, you need to give me grace the same way I gave you grace to understand that it got to a point where as a woman, it got hard. Now, the fact that your love does not abound as much as mine, this is the thing that scares me about marriage, like for real, like forever, because it just seems like men, it just get real conditional anytime you want whatever. But women, we are just to our demise in love with a man. And I just think it's just like, wow, like why wouldn't you want the same type of love back, especially if the reason why you got the 75 million is largely because of me.
No, it's not
And
largely because of
yes,
you.
it is.
How
would
no.
he was
Listen,
not doing for himself.
Listen. It's partly because of you. All that shit came from his brain. Okay. The brain stuff was way bigger than the mama mortgaging the house stuff. You got to have that shit in your brain and the tenacity to keep trying for 10, wasn't it 10 years?
It was a long time. They was married for how long?
Right.
Like
so that's him.
Years.
That was him. That was not no guy. Fuck money. He had the tenacity to keep trying. That was him.
Right. You're right. I'm not taking that away because I don't think that he was wrong, but I'm just talking about, you know, but on that, he was using the garage she was paying for, the food that she had, her mama's money, the things to help keep him going. So you can have, it's a whole lot of people bum on the street with talent and vision. But if you don't have no money to help you start up, or nobody that's putting you in a position to just work on said dream for years, that was her help. And I see how you just dismissed her help to say, no, it was me. Why she was bringing you sandwiches. Why
you're
things
being a
get
woman.
burnt down.
You're being a woman right now, Lucky.
And you're being a man right now, minimizing the things that she did.
No, you literally said that it was most of her doing. I said it was a part of her doing. Support is not the battery. The battery is the battery.
You think all she gave him was support?
Yes, okay. You got to understand, money comes and goes, okay? Money is literally an investment. You invest in Bitcoin, you invest in that. Yeah. That was an investment. And money can be gone, all right? You cannot base love on money. So if you gave me some money, you are investing in me. There's no guarantees. You live in Vegas. You already know how money comes and goes. You put money on the table, that shit is gone. You can't turn around and say, look what you did to me. No, your money is not love. Money is currency, not love. So if I'm not done. If you invest in me, that means there's a possibility that you won't get your fucking money back. Investing is not love. Investing is investing. Stop it.
Okay. So, sir, who we talk about, men want to build. They want a woman to build with them. So you're right, but I'm saying you're advocating towards, I think, a bigger problem. Because I agree with it. I'm not saying it's necessarily wrong to that understanding. But when you say it's not love, but men are doing things where they say, hey, I paid for this, I'm paying for all of this, and you still want me to do this, I make sure that I sustain, to your word, sustain a lifestyle enough, and you still want quality time, you want all this other stuff, I take care of this, and that. They flex what they do with their money to show how they love you, because it's action. So when it comes to what she's also doing, that's what you get. It's your investment. So basically it's saying, yeah, that's your problem for banking and believing on me, bitch. That's your problem. I don't really owe you the relationship that I promised you, that had you kept banking on me. I don't really owe you that. Not even to try to come back and say, hey, because obviously I sold you the dream, or I told you that because I had you convinced that I believed that I wanted this with you. The first opportunity he got to have it with her, he did not try. He moved on, which caused her to snap.
She moved on.
With who?
She divorced him. What? I don't understand. What you don't understand.
Y'all. You so green. That is not moving on.
I'm so green.
That's green if you think divorce means somebody has emotionally moved on. What?
Hold on. Wait. Hold on 1 second, because you talking crazy. Hold on 1 second. Give me 5 seconds. I need to play this real quick, because this is why y'all are fucking nuts. So everybody hit the like button. Now this needs to be played right now.
Saturday is supposed to be 92 degrees, so I was thinking we hit the beach.
For the people who didn't see this at first.
No. We need to break up.
What?
This relationship, I feel it's ran its course. And I know it's me. It's not you. You're perfect. I need to work on myself. Trust me.
Okay. All right.
I just know this relationship cannot go on.
Okay.
What?
Right.
What?
Wait.
What the hell?
What?
So you're just gonna leave?
Yes.
You're just gonna up and walk away from me, not say a single word.
I'm green.
Why would I? What do you want me to say?
Go. I was wrong. Okay. I literally called it. I knew you were this type of person too. Go. Okay. Like that's what you want to.
Okay. I'll leave. What?
No, I just don't know what I want. I
But
don't know what I want, honestly.
You broke up with me.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I just might be hungry.
So what the hell are you talking about, Lucky? So I'm green for hearing you. You literally got me to sign the divorce papers. See, in that scenario, I just got out the car. so we can reconcile. But this bitch made me sign divorce papers. Are you crazy? Don't run off now, Lucky.
I'm not. I'm brighter. Okay, good. No, so I'm not saying that. See,
You
this
fuzzy.
is where I think. Am I fuzzy?
Do this a little bit. You got to fuzzy. You're a little fuzzy. It's a little bit better. You did something to your camera. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was.
You good now. You good now.
Okay. No, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not justifying it, but I'm a person that I always can understand where some stuff is coming from. So
You call me
as a
green.
person,
I need you to explain that.
so the reason why I said you're green is because you're not trying to be in tune with the aspect of a woman who's emotionally attached to you. You
After
think
you divorced
because
me, you called a lawyer and
like
called
you
me
see
for
what I'm
my
saying? Let me
dishwashing
finish.
job.
Let me finish, Kanye. Let me finish. So the part that's green is the fact that you think paperwork is the end all be all that says whether or not somebody loves you.
What?
Like, you believe that? You believe paperwork means that somebody loves you?
You just said that your green paperwork, which is money, meant that you love me. What are you talking about? So what is the difference between your paperwork and
You're
my
loud.
paperwork? Well,
Just
actually,
because
it's your
you're loud,
paperwork
you're
and your
excited.
paperwork.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
You funded my business and helped
Calm
me
down.
build
Let
my
me
business, and you
explain.
said you love me because of the paper money, and then you turn around and talk shit about the other paperwork, which is divorce papers, and that means you don't love me. What? All right, she's having trouble. I think her camera keeps cutting off, so give me a second. She'll be back on in a minute. I think her camera is getting hot and it keeps cutting off. Bring that ass back here. All right. Your camera keep cutting off. Is getting hot or something?
No, I don't. I just don't know who you was yelling at. Like,
what?
I'm not about to yell at you to stop yelling when I didn't finish my point.
No, I'm just saying. You talk about paperwork don't mean I love you.
It does not, because we understand all the time people are in marriages with people they have fell out of love with, but they're still married. And just like
you can still married. They got
you want me to finish? You want me to, or you want to do this live stream by yourself? Okay.
Go ahead.
So if you're actually, what I'm speaking to is, yes, using your money is an action towards something. When you're and getting divorced is an action towards something, right? So I can understand that, but I just said I'm going to understand the other viewpoint that for a lot of times with women, even still when they divorce at a higher rate, they're usually using that as a tool, hoping that this man will quote unquote fight, which was the point of the movie. What are you?
I'm leaving. Now I'm fucking leaving. Now I'm fucking leaving.
You should leave.
Are you crazy? What? You just said. Let me hold on. Let me get it straight.
Yeah.
Please don't give me 3 seconds. You're saying that you divorcing me is you trying to get me to fight for our marriage.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You gotta be trolling.
Wait. Don't. So you never heard of women or people who threaten divorce, and then when he acts a certain way, okay, now they got to stand on what they threatened, but they weren't threatening it. And then even in the movie, it was encouraged by her family. So if I've believed in you for 20 years and sacrificed all these things for 20 years, think of the mindset of a person. I'm not saying a normal logic person in a situation where, yes, I want to still be with you, but I want to see something that says I'm not going to be going through the other thing. I'm going to walk myself into a grave while you just, okay, babe, just believe in me a little bit longer. That's the point of the matter of being emotionally intelligent beyond yourself of the situation. So I'm not saying that he's wrong for saying, you know what, she divorced me, I'm to hell with it, I'm gonna just move on. But what I'm saying is, when you actually love somebody on the aspect of different men and women to the point where you're attached, I think that once you got to the point, it was nothing in the movie that showed when he got that deal that he called her and he wanted to be with her. It showed that he gave her money to get the fuck out of his life continuously, even more. It was nothing that showed that he wanted to even try. That's the point, is what I'm saying, that she could have felt the way about.
Okay, just hold on one second.
You keep playing this.
No, this is an important part right here in the movie. We playing the movie.
That's not the movie,
right?
That's the movie.
This is the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? When it was in court. Because the thing about it is, she looked at this nigga like, here it is right here. Because it's one thing about a woman saying, I hate you, Jody, and it means I love you. So with that being said, I can understand when Yvette said, I hate you, Jody, that meant I love you, Jody. So I understand
Wait, how? Same character too, that's funny. But how in that movie could you understand her saying, unmarried to him, saying I hate you as I love you, but someone actually divorcing because of everything they try to taking care of you? Like, what? And then when they can't take care of you no more, you think they don't want what?
Let me just play this real quick. Hold on. Let me just play this.
I can't afford a lawyer.
No, you can't. Working as a dishwasher.
I thought I had more in there, but I was so scared of getting, hit. So I tried to make everything short. But this man walked into the room and everybody was looking at him like, this nigga, you're a dishwasher. Sign the papers. And she's sitting there like, and he literally, and you already know this, Lucky, that's why you're looking like that. He literally was like, please don't do this. Baby, I beg of you, please. And she's like, sign the papers. So he tried to fight because he was there. He was like, I don't want to sign the papers. She's like, sign the goddamn papers. And her cousins and shit, you bum ass nigga, sign the papers.
Her sisters, yeah.
So
what do you, I hate that part. I hate that. Yeah.
Okay. Now
wait. No, wait. I never said you didn't have a point. Get out your ego. I never said you didn't have a point. What I'm speaking to, right? Okay, let's say that. At that time, you left the job that was going to help the household that you can't get back. So you messed up. On top of that, you messed up family money. I'm about to lose my mother's home.
Mm-hmm.
That you just left the job with. So we're about to leave the house that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you say a woman in that situation is supposed to do? Is she still supposed to
divorce me?
Okay, and then just be
and take the $10 million and be like, damn.
No. We ain't talking about $10 million. We're not talking about the $10 million.
Divorce me. Like you spent 20 years with me, fumbling around with his goddamn battery. I said that you have the right to get sick of me and divorce me.
But why are you thinking that means that she doesn't love you is the part I'm trying to get?
I didn't even say that part. I just said
you said you divorced me, so that means you don't love me.
I didn't say that. I did not say. I did not. I did not say that. I said you have.
Hold on, because just a minute ago, while we are down this rabbit hole, is because you just said so. Signing the divorce papers, that means you don't love me, and then you tried to do a thing with me where you said, "Hey, gotcha," because you said money means you love me. So I'm saying I'm still trying.
No,
I'm
that's
still
what
on
you
that
said.
subject.
You. Let me say this.
Let go. But you
let
do
me
it
say
back.
this.
Wait. You're
listen.
talking.
I literally said.
Wait. Let me make my point. Because you did that last time. You threw it back in my face to prove your point that her filing for divorce means she does not love him, and I'm saying that's not the case.
I didn't say that.
That don't make sense. Okay.
I didn't. Okay. Now you're done. So I can talk now.
No, because you're not remembering.
Can I say something? I just want to say something. Can I say something?
Don't gaslight me and you talk over me every time. Go.
Okay. Who's talking over who? Like I love Lucky. I'm just messing with her. So You are the one who like put love and money together. I didn't do that. I'm just responding to you. Okay. So I didn't put love and money together because I literally said love and money are not synonymous with each other. I said they are not. So that's the first thing. So the second thing is you divorcing me has nothing to do with you not loving me. You just divorced me. I love my ex-wife and we're divorced. So
you just proved my point.
So
you just did all the theatrics for
love
what
my
reason? To
ex-wife when
understand that even though she divorced
Can I
him,
finish?
she could still
I'm
want to
almost
be with
done.
him.
Can I? So here's the problem. Love and wanting to do something are totally different things. I can love somebody that I'm no longer with anymore. So I love my ex-wife even though I'm no longer with her. So love, money, divorce are not all synonymous with each other. You made them synonymous with each other, not me.
So, but even if I did, that's my point still stands because you just said you divorced me. So how you love me? That was your stance on it. I'm saying the reason why the movie displayed her reacting that way, even after the 10 million, is because she still loved him and she wanted the life that he promised her. Once all those years that she put forth got to that point, it wasn't about the 10 million. However, he never came back after he got to that point. He was still fighting while he's still in a impoverished situation where in her mind, I'm going to go right back to where I was, where I'm having all these issues, whatever the case may be. So I'm not just, I'm saying I'm understanding both sides. A man has the right to just move on. But what I'm speaking to is the idea when I said green was the fact that you think that because the ink dried on the divorce paperwork, that she don't still love you. And I'm saying that's not the case, which the movie displayed because she reacted out of being hurt because he spent the things that he promised her with another woman.
So here's the problem. And this is the problem with you women. Y'all don't never care about how when we're hurt. Don't you think that we are hurt also within a divorce? A divorce is like a grieving. It's like a death. So when she divorced him, because I divorced somebody and I know what I put her through. It was a lot. Okay. My kids even told me it was a lot. Like my kids recently said, oh yeah, when you divorced mommy, she was, it was like, it was a lot. Right. So I know firsthand. See, you've never been divorced. And I'm not saying that as a bragging thing, because nobody wants to be a divorcee, but
you know what you know.
Divorce is a grieving, is like somebody dying. So how dare you divorce me and I die, a part of me dies, and then you turn around and say I'm green for not accepting you back. That side of me.
That's not why I said it. That's not why I said it. That's why
I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
But you just missed
I gotta finish.
But you're finishing the point I did not say.
I finish, Lucky.
Bro,
that side of me, Lucky, stop. That side of me is dead. When you divorce me, I'm dead inside. Okay? A part of me is dead. It's dead. You break up with me, I didn't die. You walk away from me, I didn't die. But you divorce me, that side of me is dead. Dead. So no, Lucky, I'm not green. You're green because you've never been through a divorce.
You are hella green because you just made a good response for something I did not say. And you didn't even get clarification before you chose to respond to even make sure, okay, let me clarify if this what you meant. I never said you were green because you thought that. I even specified it because you assume that if a person gets a divorce, that means they don't love them. Then just to say back, I'm divorced and I still love her. And that's why I say, okay, well, then you've proven my point. We're not on opposites. We don't need to just find a disagreement if we don't disagree. So my point was to say, if you're in that position, yeah, you could say he died, but I also feel like as a man in his character, you don't understand the position she's in from taking care of your grown ass to say I'm dead on the inside because how dare you divorce me? That seems like a little bit of entitlement and not appreciation of somebody who took care of you to all, like as if she your high value man the best way she could because she believed in something greater than you and greater than what she could see. So all I'm talking about is to then say, oh well, we die after a divorce. That even makes me a little bit even more like, so you don't even have a heart that says, or even any type of love in a relationship to say, yeah, I could see why she was tired of me, but I'm about to go, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a different place right now. None of that
And
kicked in at all.
there's,
It's just she didn't
there's
want me when
another
I was
side.
busted and disgusted still, but she wanted you for 20 years busted. Can
There's a
she get
there's
a
a
better version? Yeah, go
there's
ahead.
another side, Lucky, that I just thought about. You talked about how she was there for him for 20 years, which is true, right? She isn't the one that got him the deal. His new wife is the one that actually made the dream come true. And without her, the new wife, he would still be broke because she was the one who introduced him to the guy to even get the first offer where he was just going to buy the whole company where he turned down. So he wouldn't even have gotten that. So if it wasn't for his new wife, the nigga would still be broke. So the ex-wife got $10 million, so she's good. And the new wife got exactly what she got because she is the one who invested in him the best, because it's not about the most, it's about the best. If I don't want no water, you can give me all the water you got. I ain't gonna want it because I don't want water. But if you give me this over here, I'm gonna take this because that is what I need. So the thing about it is, you can give me whatever it is you can give me, but it may not work. What she gave me, which is not as much as what she gave me, is the actual thing that made everything work. So therefore, she deserves my hand in marriage.
That's why you're a joke. That's why you're a joke if you think that in that character. Because let me tell you, because that speaks, stop laughing. That speaks towards, oh yeah, now he up. Bye, bitch. I'm about to go get the one that
she made me up.
No, she did not. She used her networking to get you into an office. Thank you, girl. Here, she should have got the 10 million. I'm about to go be with my woman who helped me get here with the millions of videos. Whatever. He's supposed to give her the 10 million and then go try to get with his woman. That's what he was supposed to do. And then he wouldn't have got shot. You see how the disconnect? But he never really wanted to be with her because he wanted to be with the other girl that he cheated with in the first place.
She did look better than her. So
that's why he cheated. It like you know why. So it was not about the whole movie, that man was selfish.
At the end of the day,
even when her mother died, and you ain't even gonna acknowledge how she felt seeing him just give you $10 million so he gonna live with, and we always check if the girl looked better. Then when she met the girl, she put her hand out there and turned her hand over so she could see the ring. She wanna get shot. Why are you playing with me?
So Lucky, one, the girl looked better than her. Two, the girl literally made him the rich man he was. And if it wasn't for him, it wasn't for her, that one little thing that she did, because it was small, but sometimes the little things are the ones that matter the most. She deserves the ring and not her, the other girl's angry
that's crazy. You made so you make a bitch like, I'm sorry you guys who don't know Lucky.
You can cuss.
I'm sorry you guys who don't know Lucky. I'm trying, but this is a part of my theatrics, and some people on my channel like it because they know when I get here and it's funny to them. So we're going into Lucky Marie. So y'all, you want a bitch to, okay, you gonna ruin her, break her down, okay, to the point where she's so distraught, to the point where her family's surrounding you and she's trying to be strong. She's trying to be strong and be like, no. And he's like, please, baby. And she's trying to be strong. She shouldn't have been listening to her sisters. I hate that, right? She shouldn't have. Deal with your relationship.
Look at these dumb bitches.
Yeah, because she knew if it was just her, she would have stayed. If it was just her, she would have stayed.
Thank you.
And he should know that. Okay? You got men going back to women that they're not even married to who did way more vile shit. This lady divorced you because of everything comes with you since she was in fucking college. Okay? And you come in a different place, and this person deserves the other half of you that you endured, that she helped. This is pissing me off, because this is just like the story of the athlete. You with the girl, you with him for 12 years, you help him, you there at the games, all of this. And then he go and he gets to a certain level where it's the better parts of him. And he give his best to another bitch who all she did was usher you in. And because her titties was bigger. Oh, yes. You know what? He should have got shot.
Sometimes, Lucky, we want the, like, you don't think we want
and that's
bigger
why you got
titties?
shot. And that's why you got shot.
We want bigger titties. So when we get some money, because the thing about it is he took care of her. He gave her 10 million, and you yourself said if that would have hold on. You yourself said you would be happy with 10 million. So that woman was a dumbass for acting like that, because she ended up going to goddamn prison with $10 million in the goddamn bank, like Diddy or some shit. So the thing about it is, she's stupid. Because even you said I would have took the goddamn money. So
look, I said I empathize with her. I didn't say I would.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't love nobody that much.
Y'all got to get away from that bitch. Sometimes we want. Okay, think about this, Lucky. After 20 years, y'all don't look as good, and we want a new chick. And sorry, but that's just how it is.
After 20 years, y'all don't look as good. Y'all swear y'all look like Boris Korch.
But we be having the money though. We be having the money so we can go get. In this scenario, he can go get who he wants because he's the one with the money. He got the money.
Well, guess what? She got the money now too, honey. And he ain't
From
got
who?
nothing. He about to have a bullet in the ass because why you playing with me? That's what he got. Oh, I'm so glad this was a good one.
Yeah, this was good. This was good.
You feel like I held it down from her anger standpoint. You feel like
yeah.
Because this is why your car get keyed. This is why your tires get flattened. This is why she comes to your job.
I got enough money. I just get another car. I'm so happy. See, when we happy, here's a secret, Lucky. The woman always loses at the end. I just want you to know that. Every woman you've ever known that did some dumb shit, she lost at the end. The man never loses at the end. Even the losers don't lose at the end. So the woman loses at the end in every scenario. So no matter what, you can key my car up. I'll just get another car because I'm still with a woman that looks better than you, that treats me better than you, that cooks better than you. You can beat her up. But she's still gonna be with me. She's still gonna have that ring, and she's gonna punch you in the face with the ring. You gonna have a ring. You gonna have a ring. Goddamn, gash.
Unless it's Claressa, you better get something. Yeah, get something else.
But yeah, this is good.
Okay, so was she wrong? You think she was okay? So before we leave, you understand where women coming from though in her situation.
No, that was the dumbest move I've ever seen in my life. Remember, I called you and didn't even want to do. I didn't even want to talk about this stupid ass movie. But this angle we have, I was like, we can make a show out of it. You know, with the Claressa Shields and broke dudes and all this other shit. And should you ever just give a broke dude a chance? And this kind of like helped a lot of men who may, not be there yet. Make them feel like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So this is the reason why we're doing this show, because it all came together. So to the guys watching, if you ain't made it yet, if you are quote unquote broke, guess what? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Just keep working. But if that bitch turns around and says, I don't want to be with you no more, when you get your money up, keep going and go fuck her sister. But make sure she got some money. Get her like $200, and you and her sister go and go live y'all life.
Why would you mess with the bloodline? I want to say this.
I'm joking.
I just want to say this. When I use the N word, the nigga word, I'm only talking to that. I'm not talking to respectful black men or respectful men. When I use bitch, I'm only talking to that. I'm not talking to respectful women. So I'll be forgetting on my
You're
channel.
growing. I like that. You're growing.
You know, I'm trying.
I like that. I like that.
Well, this was fun. Not again.
Everybody drop heart emojis in the chat if y'all love Lucky as much as I do. Everybody drop heart emojis.
You know, you be saying that, but I didn't get no gift for my birthday. Like, it's the gaslighting for me.
I didn't know when your birthday was.
See, but you love me. See what I'm saying? That's crazy.
What? Crazy. Like I would have.
Ladies, you gotta test they love when they say stuff. Make them stand in it. Oh, you love me? Oh, okay. What color am I?
Lucky, I don't attach love to money. I don't do that. Remember?
Oh, but I do. So it's my love language. So speak what I'm speaking, baby. You know what I'm saying? I can't call you daddy until you know you gotta be that. Just kidding.
Hold on. What's that favorite song? Hold on. Hold on.
You got
it? My daddy.
Don't let it be Usher.
No. Hold on.
Oh, what's your favorite Diddy song?
No, this song.
Yeah, she was a fairy. Yeah, she was a fairy with a fatty on my daddy.
On my daddy.
He want grab it, he want smack it, he want have it on my daddy. Then she smack it. She was a fairy with a fatty.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's fantasy song.
Yo, I love that song. I like hood rats. So
look at fantasy in the chat.
What's up, fantasy? That's fantasy song.
That's our
song. I love that goddamn song.
That's because you Reggie. You talking about some. I like my woman to listen to Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, I like women who have hood rat about them. If you ain't got no hood rat about you, we ain't gonna work.
Really quick, educate us on why you want hood rat in your woman, but you feel like Acrimony was extreme when hood rat women do not respond.
Well, okay, I don't like violent hood rat. I like she's a fairy hood rat. You know, the type of chick that would do the little pose that everybody's doing with Nicki Minaj. I like that type of chick.
Oh, the high school. That's not right.
The little high heel challenge shit. That type of, yeah.
I'm still kind of post Barb, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that would act out some of the stupid shit that the women be doing, or they know the lyrics, but the violence, no. I ain't with all the violence.
So like the fun part about it, like the fun, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like silly, goofy women, and if you're not silly and goofy, huh?
I like that you could be honest, because a lot of times when you hear it's more so like, oh no, why is she listening to that? That's a turn off for me. But then they want her to have sex with him like she Meg Thee Stallion.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. You already know I'm nasty, so I like a woman that's nasty. I like a woman that's goofy. I like to dance around the house. I like to chase a woman around the house. I like to carry my woman on my back. Like, I want you to be a whole kid. If your feet hurt, jump on my back, and I'm gonna carry you all the way to the car. Like, I like goofy shit like that. So yeah, I like a goofy ass goofball.
Yeah.
So yeah. But this was fun, and we're gonna do this again. Probably not, because tonight's conversation is starting back up the fall season, so I don't want to commit every Sunday. But we are going to do this again. And before we go, what movie do y'all want us to argue about next? Acrimony was a stupid, dumbass movie, but we made that shit work.
Yeah. And I can see they like, oh, this girl is, we it's fine.
Who said who this girl? I'll block them. What they say?
I think right now, oh, you said they said straw before on your channel.
No, they keep saying disappearing acts. What is this disappearing act?
I never seen that. It sound like daddy issues.
I don't know. So I'm gonna go look at disappearing acts, and I don't know nothing about it, but They keep saying this disappearing acts because they DM me disappearing acts too. So I can't do hood rat. I'm a bougie nigga. No, hood rats be
I
bougie.
don't do hood rat, but I definitely like I know what you mean though. Like I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I don't listen to those songs, but when I go out, like you can't really tell. But I will say, when you in certain environments, I are you the type of person that likes to go to like strip clubs or things with your woman? Are you the type of person?
Yes.
Okay, that's usually it makes sense why you like that, yeah, because she would kind of have to be into that thing.
Yeah, you don't have to because I don't go to strip clubs every weekend or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And my
No,
woman
it's
doesn't
like
have to go to strip club, but I don't need no woman being like, ugh, you're going to a strip club, the strippers, like, shut up. I can't deal with all that shit. You know,
you would go to a strip club without your girlfriend or your woman?
I will go to a strip club, period. Whether she's there, not there, but why does she have to? I'm confused.
You mean like if you in town, like if you flying somewhere and you're like, okay, we're in Miami, let's go to King of Diamonds. You mean something like that?
I don't understand your question. I will go to a strip club with or without my woman, but
Okay,
if she
so
wants to go,
I guess strip clubs to me is something you may do on vacation, not if you're locally. You would go to a local strip club to just go to strip club?
yeah, I got a favorite strip club I go to all the time. It just got shot up the other night.
You are regular?
Happily I wasn't there, huh?
You are regular?
I just said I don't go to strip clubs all the time. I said that.
Okay. I don't know why I thought you said I go to strip clubs all the time. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, I said I don't go to strip clubs all the time, but I do go to strip clubs. When I go out, it's either a sports bar to look at sports or a strip club. I don't go to all these little clubs where they got the little sections. I'm not buying no goddamn section to sit in a section full of niggas. That shit looks weird to me. I'm not a section person. This shit is weird because it's always a section full of niggas and two chicks, huh?
I could see you in a strip club by yourself, like sitting somewhere with some women around. I could see you. I could see it.
No, I go with my homeboys. I don't go by myself. I go, to my homeboys or whatever. I'm just saying I'm not a club person that goes and get a section with a bunch of niggas. Me and my homeboy go to the strip club or whatever. I know strippers, so I might go to the strip club to see the stripper. And I'll be like, yo, I'm about to pull up, and her homegirls just like section me out. So yeah, but no, I'm not a regular of. No, I'm not. I'm not the person that I don't really like going out. I live in the suburbs. Like I don't be caring. I be in the house. I be chilling. I'm a relationship person that's not in a relationship.
That's most people.
Yeah, I just be chilling. I don't need to be outside all the fucking time. I'm outside. I be outside. I travel
It
enough.
costs $200 to go outside, so you're not wrong. But yeah,
Yeah. But all right, y'all, we about to go. Maybe disappearing acts, possibly the next video. I mean, the next show.
Play it by ear.
But, yeah, we'll play it by ear. But y'all have a good one. See y'all later.
Toodaloo.